On the way back from my ghost scare, the wonderful wafting smell of pizza led me to the Moonlight Pizza and Brew Pub. And because comfort food was what I needed, I went inside. There, I met Mike, with whom I had a discussion about happiness. As it turns out, happiness is pretty much black and white. Watch to the end to see what I mean. What's your name?
Mike Roberts.
Are you from Salida?
No, I'm not. I'm actually a military brat. My dad did 21 years in the Air Force, and my mom did 4, and then I did 11 in the Air Force. I came up to find myself. I've been coming here for the past 3 years, since September.
What do you mean by find yourself? Because that means a lot of different things to different people.
I got divorced 2 years ago from a woman that I still love. In a different, I love her, but we're divorced, and I'm a person of service, and so I fix things for a living, and I always try to help other people out, and so now I'm here on a trip to try to fix myself and help myself and understand who I am.
How did you hear about Salida and why here?
My dad is actually, he was raised in Denver. He grew up in Denver. My grandma still lives there. So I take my dad on all kinds of crazy fishing trips. He's not afraid to go. I just say, "Hey, Dad, let's go." And so we've been to Chocolate Canyon, to Trail of the Dragon. Just we've been all over the United States together. Bryce, Zion, Yosemite. Just Rocky Mountain National Park, Smoky Mountains. We've just been all over the place. Anyway, so he grew up here. He learned to fly fish here, and that's one of the common bonds that me and my dad have is fly fishing. So when I go fly fishing, and that's what I'm really super passionate about. I don't think about anything. I don't think about work. I don't think about relationships. I don't think about anything. I just think about what I have in front of me. Looking for somewhere, a place new to go, and looked online, found this place. I'm like, "Hey, Dad, you get some pretty cheap airfare to here, $200 round trip, get a rental car, let's go check it out." The great thing about my dad is my dad had a heart. This is not a great thing. My dad had a heart attack at 42. He's had 2 since that one. But every time I come up with these crazy ideas, Dad's like, "He don't ever tell me no," you know. So we came here and floated. It was a great time. And so, like I said, every September we come here, and we even came here last September during COVID. And, like I said, I just been kind of feeling lost and trying to refocus on putting the priority back on me. And so I have a hard time doing it for myself. And so that's why I almost didn't come. But I was like, no, you take care of everybody else. It's time to take care of you. And so just go find yourself, be at peace by yourself. Be happy, go meet people, find your happy, just do for yourself what you would do for others. And so that's why I came here. I came here and I just came here on Friday and then heading back tomorrow, and I'll just fly back. And so just came here, went on a guided float trip again today, and just...
How are you feeling?
Oh, great. Just happy as can be. I follow Dave Ramsey, and then there's a guy that's on there, Ken Coleman, and he asks people, he says, "What would you do if you didn't have to worry about money and you knew you were going to be successful?" I would be, a guided fly fisherman and row boats for people. That's what I love to do. And like I said, it's my passion. I can't remember the first time I've been fishing in my whole entire life, and I'm at peace. So this is just my happy place. And being here at Moonlight Pizza, this is where me and my dad come, and we just eat a pizza and enjoy each other's company. And so, even though he's not here, I'm here still enjoying the moments. So I grew up fishing the backside of the Sierras, like where Yosemite is, down 395 south of Reno. And I grew up camping and fishing. Like I said, I can't remember the first time I went fishing, you know. So I grew up fishing the mountains and fly fishing since I was real little. And but if I lived here, like there's just so much more opportunity than where I am now. So, and that's why I enjoy coming here. It's just, I mean, it's my slice of heaven, you know. But just, I love it. I guess the older I've gotten, the more I just appreciate the time outdoors, you know, and doing things that focus on me. We get so busy, worried about work and all these other things, you know. But just after my divorce, I had a life-changing moment. I've spent my whole life chasing money, right? Like I always worked so we can go on vacation and do these nice things and have a nice house and have nice cars. And then when it came time to get divorced, and I moved my wife and my daughter back to where she was from, I came home and I live in this gigantic house, right? And I sat in the recliner and cried like a baby, you know. And all the things that I worked hard for that I thought were make me happy didn't bring me happiness. And I worked hard, you know, got my degree, an AP license, and done all these things to put me in position to be successful. But I realized the things that I had were just things, and it wasn't what brought me happiness. So I'm no longer chasing money or things. I'm chasing happiness. And so that's why I would move here and do something that brought fulfillment to me and not worry about the money portion. Like I said, we come here every September and actually coming back in July for 10 days, and everybody's happy, in a good mood, you know, walking around. And I love the outdoor activity. A lot of places to ride your bike and walking trails, and just a very nice community that I can see myself living in. You know, I just want people to be happy, you know. Like, are you happy? Okay, yeah. Then right on, good for you.
Good philosophy.
Like, it don't,
I like that. That's good.
Just be happy.
Just be happy.
We all find happiness in different ways, but are you happy? Okay. So what?
Because I have had, I know other people have had, for a very long time deciding what happiness is. Am I happy? How do I know that?
My stressors disappear, but I'm doing what I love to do, you know, so I'm happy the day's over, you know, and I don't say, man, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. No, it's happy doing what I wanted to do.
You know, some people would say that's easy for you to say as long as you have the money, but some people are just scrabbling just to make ends meet. I mean, just pay rent, just put food on the table.
But, so this is like one of the things that I think about. You have a rich guy that has lots of money, right? And he works real hard day and night. And he achieves his own level of happiness. But you have somebody that's maybe homeless, but they're happy just the same. There's only so much happiness one can achieve, right? Some people think it's based on their income. But the guy that works hard and every day, and he's on the phone from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, and the guy that just does what he wants to do, you know, and is where he wants to be. They both can only achieve some level of happiness, but some people are just happy where they're at. So happiness is not tied to an income. Like, it's not, you know, like you can be poor and be happy, or you can have all the money and be miserable. So it's not tied, you know. And,
so who's defining our happiness now?
Me. I'm defining my happiness. You know, I'm in control and responsible for my happiness.
I envy that, and I know a lot of people who see this are going to envy that. You have found true happiness through your. I know other people have too. Or you know what makes you happy.
Yeah.
You may not have found true happiness yet,
Yeah.
but you know what makes you happy. So So why are we the way we are? Not us, not you and I, but society in general. If that's all it takes is for us to define what happiness is and then do that thing, why are we in such bad shape?
I think my dad put it best. We all know the right things to do. It's just doing it. It is the hard part in life to do, and to take that step, to make that jump, and that is the hard part. Is we know what makes us happy, but taking the risk to go do that, to take the step out of your comfort zone. Well, I'll just keep on working here. I'll keep on working here. But you're not happy, you're miserable, And I've worked those jobs where I thought that, man, this bridge looks like a better option than what I'm doing today. Like, I just want to drive off of it,
Who defines the happiness,
I do. I mean, but that's the thing is like I spend my whole life worried about everybody else's happiness instead of my own. The only person in charge of my happiness is me. Stop focusing on everybody else, and that's what I think is if we could just take a moment, like. There's one thing that I can't remember, I saw it on YouTube, but this guy just basically says, stop looking for happiness in somebody else.
Right.
Find it in yourself, and if somebody comes to you and brings happiness, that's great. But if they leave, they can't take any of their happiness with you. Your happiness stays with you.
Do you think that, as we were talking about before, society might define success and happiness as making a lot of money and having a lot of power and a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that's causing a disservice to society because people start buying that and start believing that and saying, well, if I'm not rich and successful and have the best looking and best of this and best of that.
It's an instant gratification world that we live in. Like, I need it now, I need it right away. But I find as I get older that I really care less about what other people are thinking, right?
Yeah.
It's all on how you handle the punches, Life will always swing at you, but you have to just be able to adapt. I mean, that's what humans are great at, adapting, right? You can't take it to heart.
Do you think happiness, to achieve happiness, you have to cut those bad influences out of your life?
I don't. I work on a function or thought basis of if you don't, there's no happiness from you or there's negativity from you, I need to push you. You're not meant for my life, And
You know what? It's been a pleasure talking to you. Really.
Yeah.
You're very insightful, and I think a lot of people, if they listen to this, they can figure some things out about being happy.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think they can.
I hope so.
Thanks a lot. Sure appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem.
So this morning I'm out for a walk in sub-freezing temperatures. Remember last night I was talking to Mike in his interview and we were discussing happiness and how he found happiness and what happiness means. Well, this morning I came across this sign. So on the opposite side of the sign it says happiness is a choice discussed. I found this.